and today I wanted to come at you with a review of the Therm-a-Rest Parsec 20. It's a sleeping bag that I've been using for the last 12 months, and after having given it some pretty thorough use, including throughout the winter, I thought it was time to let you guys know what I think of it, the goods and the bads. So we'll start off with the price. This in the UK retails for right around £300 at the moment. In the US it's about $370. Obviously you can find different deals online depending on where you look. Weight wise, it's not bad. This is the long version that I'm holding right here, and this comes in at, well, the Therm-a-Rest listed weight is 1 kilogram on the dot. On my scales it says 1.1, and if you go for the regular, which a lot of people probably will, then that Therm-a-Rest listed weight is 910 grams. Expect it to probably weigh about 1 kilogram. Seems like they're just slightly off, which is kind of normal for a lot of manufacturers, unfortunately. First thing to note about the bag with relation to sort of the quality, and something that I really haven't loved about it, is the compression sack. It's only a small factor, and you can use a different compression sack, which I would highly recommend, and I have done. It is not waterproof, and it is not amazing quality. So stuff sack, negative, but not the end of the world because it's just a stuff sack. The other important things to note are the temperature rating. They rate it or show it as a 20 Fahrenheit or -6 degrees Celsius bag. That is the limit. So the actual comfort rating for this bag is 0 degrees Celsius, which is around 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 20F or -6 is the very limit of what you should find comfortable. And I'll get onto that in a second and let you know a little bit more about my experience using the bag. But I think probably we'll crack it open and I'll show you what it looks like and tell you a little bit more about the sizing and my experiences with using it in colder weather as well as warmer weather. The bag has 800 fill power down, pretty good quality. It's RDS, so responsibly sourced, and it's the Nick Wax hydrophobic down, so if it does get wet it's going to dry out a lot quicker. Hopefully you're not going to get your bag wet, but obviously it also helps if you're using your bag over multiple days. It's going to resist moisture and the natural build-up when you're in your bag and you're sweating or breathing around it. And that is really good. I mean, I like the Nick Wax hydrophobic down. I think it's decent quality. 800 fill power is kind of the minimum level of quality that you want in a good bag. And yeah, the down seems good. The temperature rating, just to touch on the temperature rating, and obviously probably people want to know, is it true to temperature rating? I would say it's a fair temperature rating for this bag. I have used this bag below -6 degrees. I used this bag in -8 degrees ambient temperature. It was considerably colder with wind chill, and I slept in long johns, and we'll see you out there.
And I'm out here today to talk about this stylish jacket. Okay, well, it's not just a normal jacket. This is from DEWBU. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But this is their soft shell heated jacket. This is a battery powered heated jacket. There we go. But it has 5 points of heat. So again, 1 for each arm and 2 on the chest, and then 1 big one on the back. So 5 different heat zones with 3 different temperature settings, all with just a click of a button right there on the chest. But this jacket goes up to 140 degrees on its hottest setting. I'll say right now, it actually works as it should. I mean, I'm not gonna say perfectly, but I mean, it works. I would expect a nice heated jacket, because as soon as you push the button, it's instant. I mean, it's kind of weird how it just, boom, you're like, ooh, you feel it, like it works. It's got a bunch of pockets on it. Comes with this American flag, but you know, you got 2 places to put some whatever patches you want to put on you. Tons of pockets. But the battery pack itself, which it's a nice little pack. It's got a little weight to it. You don't really notice it when you're wearing the jacket. But inside, this little pouch right here, it plugs in. Let's see if this will show up on camera. I don't know, but it actually tells you, you're not gonna be able to see it. Anyways, there's a little behind the screen right here. It'll actually tell you the percentage, so 84 or 83 of, you know, battery life left. So that's kind of neat. You know exactly how much life you have left in your battery pack. So, and I want you to have a great day. today we're going to be talking about these UCO Stormproof matches. It's coming in just a nice little plastic hard case. It's got the striker on the back side. It is exposed. Not my preference, especially if it gets exposed to the elements, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. I absolutely love these matches because, and again, I'm not going to talk all day about it, but these are a little bit more budget friendly, of course. These are probably around like $5-6 at Walmart, and the Zippos are like, we'll say like $11 roughly, and you can find those on Amazon. But so I wanted to compare because I had such success with the Zippos. I thought it'd be fun to kind of put these through the same test I did on the last video. So I wanted to kind of share that today with you guys, just to see how well do budget friendly matches compared to other more name brand. So overall though, I mean, this is a pretty sturdy little case. It's got the O-ring on it, so it is, you know, watertight. Again, it has the striker on the outside, which I'd rather have it like covered on the underside of it if there's like a cap for that as well, just to keep it free from the elements. It does come with 2 additional strike pads, so when this one wears out, you got a couple backups. One negative I found is on the top of the cap, all they put in was a tiny piece of cotton to protect the match heads, which, I mean, it really doesn't do justice. I mean, I would think a small piece of foam or something would have been a little better. So, well, let's start with the first test. Since I've already talked enough, right? Let's go ahead, do it.
So today I'm going to do a little gear review on my new backpack. It's the Gregory Mountain Products Paragon 48-liter pack. It's a nice pack and I'm extremely stoked about it. It's a very nice backpack, extremely light. I think it weighs in at like 3.3 pounds. And is much better than my last backpack that weighed quite a bit more, at least 2 pounds more. I've had that pack forever. It's a Kelty pack and I love it to death, but it was just time for something new and light. So I went with the Gregory Mountain Products Paragon 48-liter pack. Alright, let me get this thing turned around and we'll take a look at the suspension system. So the Paragon boasts the Airlon suspension system. Basically your aluminum rod's going to come up through here. It goes down into that lumbar section of the pack, down in this lumbar pad. You have Velcro back here that helps you raise or lower the shoulder straps for adjusting to get that perfect fit, which is really important when you're on a long distance hike. The hip belt is got good padding on there, and it will to help you really carry that heavy load. You really want your weight to be on your iliac crest. And that's natural shelf in your hip there that all that weight really needs to be on and really save your back. It's very important when you're doing a long distance hike to have that weight really drive to the hips, not so much on your shoulders. On the hip belt you have 2 zippered pockets. One's kind of a open mesh pocket. The other one is a nice closed ripstop material pocket. I want to thank everybody for watching.
This is a review of the MSR Evo Snowshoes. It is one of the most affordable, if not the most affordable bang for your buck snowshoe on the market. Now, if you haven't tried snowshoeing, real quick one, bear with me. You put your foot in this little boot, you strap it up, and then you use these metal plates and this claw. You use the claw to walk on snow. It's quite amazing, really cool invention. I've used it for climbing Mount Elbert, which is a 14er in Colorado, and it did awesome. I was blazing 16 inches of snow trail, and yes, I was exhausted, but this thing did a really good job. And even when there were some rock footings or different things that were a little off-putting, this thing held well and it didn't torque too crazy. It had a little bit of forgiveness and flex, but I didn't think that it was gonna break. For all y'all who are just gonna use this as a recreation snowshoe, I did a summit push on this, but recreational hiking is the way to go with this thing. It's adjustable for shoes of all sizes. There is no size difference in this Evo. You buy one, it's gonna be good for everybody. It's easy to strap in, especially if you have gloves and boots. There's little rings here. Everything pops in and out very easily. It stays strapped.
With me today, the Jetboil Flash hiking stove. This is our flash display version that we have here. It's fully assembled, and I'll crank this one up and show you how it runs a bit later. But when you get your flash, it will look like this in its nifty little cardboard box. Now the box itself is really heavy duty. It's good because it protects it in transit and all of that sort of jazz. Sometimes it feels like you need a bit of an engineering degree to open it all up. So we'll skip that part and we'll take you straight to what you're gonna get when it's outside of the box. Now the unit itself, all packed up and compact like this, is 80 centimeters tall and about 10.5 centimeters in diameter. Everything you need is packed inside. So first things first, we'll pull the lid off. It's a nice soft silicone lid. You've got a sticker, some manuals and system user guides there. Inside, we'll pull out the full base burner assembly. We've got also your little orange pot support, or your little gas canister support there. And on the bottom here, we have this little cap which protects the base of your unit whilst you're in transit and moving around. And we'll just pop this one off, just clips on and off like so. So what we've got here with these particular different parts and pieces is on the pot support, you'll see we've got a couple of little ridges and lines there that will accommodate a couple of different sizes of gas canisters. The lid of the flash it's nice and soft plastic here. This opening allows you to use it as a drinking spout, so you can drink straight out of your cup if it's a cup of soup or a hot beverage like coffee, tea, things like that. And on the other side here, we've got these couple of small little holes there, which allows you to strain water off if you're cooking rice or pasta or anything like that in there as well. The bottom cup, which protects the base of your flash flask, I guess you could call it here, also doubles as a measuring cup. So on the inside, you might be able to see we've got one cup written there with a couple of lines.
Today, I'm doing another product demo, this time on the Zippo Heatbank. Now this is a rechargeable hand warmer that you can also charge your phone with. So let's take a look. Now, I actually received this one as a gift when I was teaching a survival course. And I really like this product for a couple reasons. One, I think the battery lasts a long time. I've recharged this and taken it into the field with me just so like halfway through a week-long course I can give my phone a little bit of a boost. So I really like that. I've also used it as a hand warmer on many occasions, and I think it puts out a decent amount of heat. So mine's a little bit banged up because I've used it in the field quite a bit, but let's take a look at some of the finite details of this and walk through how it works. So the functions on this are fairly simple. The first thing we want to do is look at this end right here. There's just one button. Okay, so when you push that button, it will tell you what your battery life is. And the lower the battery life, the less lights you'll have there. Now to activate the hand warmer, you just push and hold this button. It'll turn on. Now it has two settings. You can do one side or both sides. So right now it's doing both sides at level 1, then level 2 heat, level 3 heat, and then if you just want to do one side, which will obviously use less battery, you click it again, it'll turn green. That's one-sided level 1, one-sided level 2, one-sided level 3. So it just depends on what you're trying to use it for. If you're trying... All right, we'll see you on the other side.